Hey everyone, welcome back. We're diving into something pretty fascinating today.
Yeah, this should be interesting.
So we're looking at a piece from USA Fencing's website,
Oh,
and it's
uh-huh.
about how worlds are kind of colliding.
Oh.
Yeah. So get this. An American fencing legend is stepping onto the global stage.
That's cool. In what way?
Well, they're going to be leading the organization that runs Modern Pentathlon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Headline is USA Fencing Hall of Famer Rob Stull, OLEY, tapped to lead Modern Pentathlon's international governing body.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're talking about Rob Stull, a big name in fencing, now leading the Union Internationale de Pentathlon Modern.
UIPM,
Exactly, the UIPM.
which honestly hasn't always had the best reputation for being, open to new ideas.
Really?
Yeah, some might even say they've been kind of resistant to change.
Huh. So that makes this appointment even more interesting.
It's like, could this be the shakeup that modern pentathlon needs?
Okay, so for those of us who don't follow both sports super closely, how does fencing even fit into modern pentathlon?
Well, modern pentathlon was designed to be like the ultimate test of a 19th century cavalry soldier.
Oh, wow.
So imagine this. You're a soldier. You have to ride an unfamiliar horse.
Okay, tough already.
Then you have to fight with a sword, shoot a pistol, swim across a river, and then run to deliver a message.
Wow.
And those 5 skills, that's the core of modern pentathlon.
So fencing represents the sword fighting part.
Exactly.
But I'm guessing it's not exactly like, regular fencing.
You're right. There are some key differences.
Like what?
So in modern pentathlon fencing, every athlete fences everyone else in a round-robin format, and each bout is only 1 minute long.
1 minute.
Yep, just 1 minute, and it's all about getting that single touch fast.
Wow, that's so different from what I've seen.
Right. It's way more about aggression and speed.
Like a sprint versus a marathon.
Exactly.
So in the article, USA Fencing CEO Phil Andrews said, and this is a quote, "Success for modern pentathlon is success for fencing."
Yeah, I saw that.
What do you think he meant by that?
Well, Rob Stull really understands fencing, and he's a pretty forward-thinking leader, so
Yeah.
maybe this means we could see some cool innovations in how fencing is part of modern pentathlon.
Oh, like what?
Well, maybe a more spectator-friendly format, or even some rule changes that would get more fencers into the sport.
Interesting. Do you think this could lead to, like, more crossover between the two sports?
Potentially, yeah.
Like, could we see athletes competing at a high level in both?
It's possible. I mean, Stoll could push for joint training programs, maybe identify athletes who could excel in both.
That'd be amazing.
Right, and maybe even bring the national governing bodies closer together.
I also noticed that the article points out that Stull is one of the few Americans to lead an international federation.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do you think that's significant?
Well, some people might say that American leadership in international sports isn't always, the best thing.
That's true.
But in this case, I think Stoll's deep knowledge of the sport and his fresh perspective could really lead to positive changes.
You think so?
Yeah, but the key will be whether he can build consensus and work well with other countries.
It's a tough job.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've talked about the potential positive impacts, but what about the challenges?
Well, it's a role that needs a lot of diplomacy and understanding of complex international dynamics, right?
For sure.
And there might be resistance to change within the UIPM itself.
Oh, right.
And balancing the needs of so many different nations, that's not going to be easy.
It's a lot to handle.
It really is.
This has been a really interesting look at what Still's appointment could mean.
Yeah, it's not just about one person leading one sport. It's way bigger than that.
It really is.
It's about potential for innovation, collaboration, maybe even a shift in how the whole global sports world works.
And it raises a big question, too, like, could this be the start of a trend?
Right. Will we see more American sports leaders taking on these big international roles?
And if so, what will that mean for the future of global sports?
Exactly. That's the big question.
Wow, so much to think about. If you want to dive deeper into this, check out the full article on the USA Fencing website.
Definitely worth a read.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those foils sharp.
See ya!